Unravel the past. Discover the truth.
In the dying months of the First World War, somewhere between the mud and misery of France and the shattered fields of Belgium, an entire battalion vanished without a trace. Hundreds of soldiers, armed, disciplined, and ready for battle, simply disappeared into the mist. What happened to them remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of war. This is the story of the Ghost Battalion. August 1915. The British 1st 5th Norfolk Regiment was composed mostly of men from the King's Sandringham estate, farmers, labourers and servants who had volunteered together, proud to serve their king. They were called the Sandringhams, and their loyalty to the crown was legendary. They had never fought before, but in the fields of Gallipoli, that loyalty would be tested in blood. By midsummer, the Allied invasion of Gallipoli had stalled. The heat was unbearable, disease spread faster than bullets, and morale was broken. But when the order came to attack Turkish lines near Anafata, the Sandringhams were ready. They marched uphill under the blazing sun, rifles in hand, their boots sinking into dry earth. What awaited them was not glory, but disappearance. Eyewitnesses from nearby New Zealand units later swore they saw it. A strange, low-hanging fog began to roll down from the hills, a thick white mist that clung to the ground and shimmered like smoke. The Sandringhams marched straight into it. Hundreds of men swallowed whole, and then nothing. The fog lifted. The ridge was empty. No shots, no screams, no bodies, just silence. When the fighting finally stopped, British commanders ordered a search. Weeks later, they found traces, torn uniforms, rusted rifles, a handful of bones. But there were no trenches, no signs of burial, and no evidence of capture. It was as if the earth itself had devoured them. Some believed they had been taken prisoner, others that they had been annihilated by hidden Turkish artillery. Yet neither the Ottoman records nor captured officers ever mentioned them. To this day, no one can explain what truly happened on that ridge. After the war, families of the missing demanded answers. In 1919, an investigation team returned to Gallipoli to uncover the truth. They discovered mass graves scattered through the scrubland, sun-bleached bones still wearing faded Norfolk insignia. But something was wrong. The bodies weren't where the regiment had fought. They were found miles inland, far beyond their assigned position. It was as if the battalion had wandered deep behind enemy lines, into oblivion. Decades later, strange stories began to circulate among locals in the hills of Anafata. Fishermen spoke of seeing ghostly soldiers at dusk, men in faded khaki uniforms marching silently through the mist, only to vanish when approached. Some said they could hear faint echoes of commands, the dull rhythm of boots on gravel, carried by the wind. To the villagers, the ridge became cursed. No one dared to walk there after dark. Modern historians have offered many explanations. Perhaps the fog was a natural phenomenon, dense smoke mixed with dust and heat, blinding the soldiers and sending them off course. Perhaps they were massacred in secret, their deaths hidden in the chaos of war. But there are those who believe the Sandringhams never truly died, that something in those hills, something ancient, claimed them. Some say they march still, trapped between worlds, their souls wandering the battlefield forever. The Ghost Battalion, lost in the mist. A century has passed, yet the mystery endures. Every few years, relic hunters find fragments, buttons, belt clasps, rusted medals, always from the same regiment, each piece a whisper from men who vanished into history. What really happened that day in Gallipoli may never be known, but one thing is certain. The men of the Sandringham Battalion are not forgotten. Their courage, their loyalty, and their disappearance remain etched in the memory of war. This was the Ghost Battalion, lost in the mist.